My attack helicopter division had been, we had been out for a little over an hour. We were taking out a target that was known to have munitions in it, right? From C4 explosives, landmines, missiles, rockets, I mean, anything and everything the enemy could use to create IEDs, right? Improvised explosive devices. I probably don't have to explain that to you. You know the toll that it takes on our troops, from losing an arm or a leg, coming home as an amputee, TBI, traumatic brain injury, to, yes, PTSD, and the ultimate, all my brothers and sisters didn't come home, ultimate sacrifice. So needless to say, we were vigorously working to take out this target when we got a call from one of our ground controllers, and you could hear the desperation in this guy's voice, right? Viper, we have Marines and soldiers pinned down north of the cemetery, and they need your help. Now, in that moment, if you could have felt the acid bomb explode in my stomach, because we had been out for a little over an hour, which meant we only had 20 minutes of fuel left. And that is not a lot of fuel to get up to the north of the cemetery, execute an attack, and get back to base, right? I mean, 20 minutes, think about it, that's barely enough to get home, right? Gas in our car. And on top of the 20 minutes of fuel, because we had so vigorously been working to take out this target, we only had one missile left on our aircraft. And I'll be honest, that one missile was still on the aircraft because we hoped we didn't ever have to use it. It was known to be unreliable in close proximity to our troops, right? And when your Marine's in trouble, you answer the call, right? I mean, and this is what I call the gutsy move. In your gut, you know it's right, it takes guts to do it, but you gotta take action. If you don't take action, it wasn't a gutsy move, was it? It was just a gutsy, right. And do gutsy thoughts really get us anywhere? Ooh, I'm thinking about having a party. I'm thinking about getting some ladies together. I'm thinking about selling some product. Ooh, I was thinking hard. Ooh, I thought about building my business last year, y'all. Sure did. They don't get us anywhere. We have to take action. That's right. Well, again, in your gut, you know it's right. It takes guts to do it, but you got to take action. Checking the box. Marines don't leave Marines behind. We head up to the north of the cemetery, check in on station. Next ground controller checks in with us. This guy even more desperate than the first. Viper, we're pinned down. We don't have any ammunition to shoot back with. We don't even have any green smoke to mark our position. Let me know when you can see the glint from my mirror. Ladies, when you are, and my few smart men, when you are pinned down, no ammunition, and when you're just signaling with a mirror the size of the palm of your hand, you're in trouble, right? As I scanned down into that cemetery looking for any sign of our friendly forces, I saw a small glint come back. And I'm clicking my clicker for the next slide. Just to be clear. Contact, I see you. Viper, do you see that road in front of me running from east to west? Follow it to the west. You're gonna see another road that runs north and south. Follow it to the south. You're gonna see a building with a tower sticking out of it, with a blue dome at the top. Call when you're contact that building. I followed the first road to the west, saw another road headed north and south, saw a couple buildings, a couple towers, blue dome, contact. Brick right, I quickly yell out. Why? Because now small arms fire is coming out of that tower, trying to take us out of the sky. We broke off to the right. We flew out over the open desert. I turned that selector switch over to that very last missile. We pop up over the ridge, and I am now searching, scanning for our target. Pop up, target in sight, finger on the trigger, waiting to come in range. But most importantly, waiting for that magical phrase. You have permission to engage. Because once we get that permission, we're cleared to shoot the missiles, rockets, the ammo we have on the aircraft to take out the target. And not just cleared, but cleared hot, right? That's right. And why are we cleared hot? Well, when missiles, rockets impact their target, they are on fire. They are incendiary. They are. That's right. We got our magical phrase. I pulled the trigger, missile away, I called out. Nothing happened. Marines and soldiers on the ground, inevitably getting ready to go into hand-to-hand combat if we did not come through and that missile didn't come off the aircraft. We quickly communicated in the cockpit, communicated with the pilots that were covering us, reset a couple switches. I turned that selector switch back over to that very last missile for one final try. Why was it our last attempt? Exactly, only 20 minutes of fuel. And in a few precious moments, we'd be too close to the target for the missile to be able to come off and strike, right? I pulled that trigger one last time. Missile comes off the rail, impacts the target. Jason in the back seat shoots all 26 rockets remaining on the aircraft. And we pull off to the right. We head back to base. We land almost out of fuel, completely out of ammo. We shut down, turn off the engines, and I can already hear the voices coming out of the ready room tent. I run into the tent. I go up to the officer of the day. The Marines and soldiers, what happened with the mission? He said, "Ma'am, the target was destroyed. The Marines and soldiers will become